Hey, it's Flo. Hi, this is Flo with Flo in the Moon, and welcome to February. Hi, Aquarius. I'm really excited for doing your reading actually, and you guys are the first ones I'm doing because I guess I'm a bit biased. Aquarius is my sign, my sun sign, um, and I know you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for all the support for January's reading. You guys were my highest viewers, like doubling the amount of views than the others. So thank you so much for showing me the support, and I guess we vibe. We're all Aquarians. So this is your reading for February. It's a general reading with a little bit of focus on love. I like to keep it general because the thing is, everybody's different, and the best or the most important messages for you as a collective are gonna come out. Okay, so took some notes from my last reading, and I'm gonna implement them into this one. So let's see what this month has for you, sign of Aquarius. I'm just gonna start off with using the Universal Weight deck. Thank you guys for assisting me on this reading for Aquarius. Let's see. I'm gonna pick some cards. Okay, there's 4 cards that came out. Oh, I guess I should show you. During my daily tarot readings, I don't actually show anyone at first, but first off, you got the Knight of Swords reversed. Tower. This is all in your past position. Ace of Swords. Present. Death. You've got some very powerful cards. Very, very powerful cards. Lots of movement and change. That goes into your overall energy. That's the 9 of Swords. And the Fool. I mean, a lot of these cards, one can look at them as quite destructive. But you got the Fool there. Knight of Cups in the reversed. We're gonna clarify these ones in a moment. The Moon. Wow. And the 5 of Cups. Okay, bottom of the deck. Ooh, the King of Wands. So that goes into your overall energy for everything. So let me just take a moment and have a look at what some of these energies are for this month. I mean, you're starting off probably not feeling the most confident with everything. Maybe there's a bit of wild energy around. There is a new moon in Aquarius. There's a lot of really intense lunar activity that's happening actually around this time that I'm filming this. So by the time I posted it, a lot of this stuff may have passed already, but this is what it is. It's looking like there's big changes happening. But you've been working towards it. There's some big changes happening. You've got the Knight of Swords starting off the reading, but it's in its reversed. So this might even just be you sort of charging into the new year and trying to get a handle on things, but sort of slipping up a bit. As a result, you get your Tower moment. You get your Tower moment. And yeah, I mean, it is going to be rough. I mean, you got the Knight of Swords with the Tower, so that's likely having to do with some news that sort of rocks your world. You're going to start off the month with that. but it's giving you clarity. It seems like you are cutting through the bullshit, really. All the bullshit's going to be cut away. And you're going to have this new beginning. Some mental clarity on the way. Intense. Intense. Which leads to the Death card. And the Death card is about transitions. I mean, it could mean literal death, but generally it's change and transitions. So, you know, the transitions, they could be life altering, because you started off with the Tower, and the tower normally comes out when you haven't made a decision and the universe is pushing you along to make those changes that you've been sort of sitting on. So something is going to be ending, causing you, and you know, with all this chaotic energy, it's no wonder you are being kept up at night. There's massive monumental changes in your life. You are being kept up at night, and it's causing you a little bit of stress and anxiety. But like I said, with everything, with that sort of that energy of the Tower and the Death card and the destructive energy of the Knight of Swords, there's a new beginning there for you. And the thing is, when you have the Fool paired up with the Tower and Death, it sort of saves, it adds that bit of lightness to it, because there's a lot of heaviness happening. There's a lot of emotions sort of whirling around. Next up, we've got the Knight of Cups. And from what I'm getting with this is that it's somebody else. Somebody else in there. That you might be getting a message from somebody, the Knight of Cups character. Somebody who's quite romantic. And I guess when it's in its reverse, he can just be a little bit too in love with the idea of loved, and just be a little bit like a wet towel. That's the only way I can describe it. You know, you're airy. You know, Aquarians are airy. We're in our heads, and we can be quite detached. You know? And so this message coming up for you towards the end of the month can be something that maybe you don't really want to hear about. And then you've got the Moon. The Moon. Your fears. You need to be aware of your fears, because of all these changes that are happening, it's bound to bring up a lot of fears in you. A lot of things that are sort of hidden are going to be coming up and likely giving you a bit of trouble. Just trouble in the way that it's gonna, you'll feel a little bit unsure of where things are going. We've got, by the end of it, because of all this destructive energy, by the end of it, you're ready to move on. You're ready to move on. You've done your grieving. You've sat in the dark for too long, and it's time to come out of that. And you could be working. Let's see what energy's here. There's a lot of air here. Ton of air. We've also got I think that's Capricorn. No, that's the Devil, sorry. So there's a lot of air happening. Pisces energy. Hi, cross watchers. If you're a cross watcher, welcome. You could be a Pisces watching your Aquarian. You could be a Scorpio watching your Aquarian. It's weird. There's a lot of water and air. Water and air. So obviously you're the air, and then your person could be water, and dealing with a lot of that, dealing with a lot of uncertainty, changes within the relationship. But here we are. Look, as your overall energy, you got the King of Wands. So there's some fire in there for you, and fire melds really, really well with air. That goes into your overall energy with that. So it's almost like because you've been staying up all night, but you've got this sort of in charge energy about you. Maybe you're starting a new business. Maybe you're starting a new business and it's sort of keeping you up at night. This could also be a person coming in to save the day. Oftentimes the kings are about that. So this king could be an entrepreneur that's coming in to save the day, and maybe you meet this person and then you have your new beginning. Let's get some clarity on everything. Knight of Swords. Oh, too many cards. Too many cards. Ay. Way too many cards. Okay, that's 2 cards. Fine. Okay, so at the start of the month, you could be dealing with some sort of litigation. And maybe you heard some news that you didn't want to hear, or it caused a little bit of an upset in your life. But it's almost like you're going to come out on top, because we've got a big sign of abundance happening. So something in your life that may have caused you some upset, maybe some angry energy in your past, is coming up again for the month of February. And it's likely having to do with some sort of litigation. It could be litigation or a contract or something like that. Contracts, lawsuits, any sort of decision that's sort of ruled by law. Okay? You could also be dealing with Libra. And then it's almost looking like it's affecting your money, but it looks like it's going to be a good outcome for you for that. So in the month of February, it's almost like something from your past that sort of caused you a bit of upset, you're going to get an answer on. And it's probably having to do with money. It could also be family. Maybe there's a family member that you're dealing with, something like that, but it looks like things are going to be okay in the end. And you might even end up on top in terms of money. I didn't even ask the question yet. So I want to clarify the Tower. What is this destructive energy from the past? That is Ace of Wands in the reverse. So Ace of Wands, it's about new beginnings. Maybe you had, you're having a little bit of a slow start on some sort of creative venture. And it's life-changing. Obviously, it's life-changing. Life-changing, and you just need to find your footing. But it's very passionate energy. So whatever this is, you have a passion about it. And you'll be dealing with letting go of a certain aspect of your past and balancing everything. And that normally is what happens, right? So whenever you have a big change in your life, something like the Tower moment, it could be out of your control, where, say, for example, you were looking for work. Let's say you were looking for work and nothing came out of it. But you decided to start something new. You decided to start something new, a new beginning, still a little bit shaky. You know, you're still finding your feet, and that's what these are. You know, you're balancing things. That's the Two of Pentacles, and you're ready to let go. You're ready to move on. Ready to move on. Let's get the Ace of Swords and see what that's all about. Ooh. Well, There are people out there who are, I guess, spying on you. Whenever I see the page of swords, I always think about that. So whatever this new beginning is, there are people sort of looking very closely at you and looking at your progress and figuring out what the F is happening. You know, maybe they were involved in your workplace or in this litigation. And that's what I'm getting actually in your past. Maybe it's having to do with this major decision. There are people sort of watching you and asking, trying to find out exactly what's happening. You don't have to tell them. These are just busybodies. Just busybodies. You'll get your result. Some mental clarity. You'll get a good result dealing with this upsetting energy that caused maybe some fights in your past, some wild energy coming around. That's what I'm talking about. The Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords having to do with this decision of justice that you're going to get the result of, and it looks like there's going to be a lot of people spying on you about what's happening after you get that, or while you get it, or during you, right now. So all these people are sort of scrutinizing you, and that's what that's what I'm seeing here. There was a major change because of what's happened with this past thing with the Justice card, and you're trying to find your feet again. You're ready to let go of the past. You're trying to find your feet again. But a lot of people have their prying eyes. Really annoying, isn't it? Really, really, really annoying. Okay. So that's in your past. But it looks like this stuff from the past is going to be resolved this month. February. Great news. That is great news. So death. What is the death card? What is the death card? Why is the death card here? Why is the death card here for Aquarius? Okay, clarified by the Tower. So there was that ending having to do with all of this, and you finally let it go. You finally let it go, having to do with the Justice card. You're starting your new thing on your own, and you're letting it go. The death card could have been painful, very painful, and not what you expected. Definitely not what you expected. But, you know, everything happens for a reason. When you don't make a decision and it was your time to actually leave that situation, the universe is going to do it for you. And that's exactly what happened here. Causing death to that part of your life. And, you know, it's a big change. And with any sort of big change, there's always a lot of discomfort. Change is probably one of those, it's a necessary evil. It's definitely a necessary evil in our lives, because it's the universe's way to keep us moving along on our path. You know, sometimes you're not meant to be somewhere, and you've stayed there too long. You've outstayed your welcome. Yeah, and things have been a little bit unclear, but you're getting your clarity. There's the Moon card again. So what's the Nine of Swords? Why is the Nine of Swords here? You're losing a little bit of patience and probably a lot of money with it. You know, with this big change that's happened, and I'm getting a vibe that it had to do with your career. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting the vibe that it had to do with your career. You've had some massive changes around it, and having to do with contracts, the law, what have you. There's been a big change about it, and you've been kept up all night because of all this stuff, and I don't blame you. It's heavy. It's a lot. We've all been there at one point in our lives, and you've decided to walk away. It's created a little bit of instability with you regarding your finances, but you've decided to walk away. You lost your patience, and it's time. I mean, you didn't actually decide to walk away. I guess the Tower did it for you, didn't it? So that ended, affecting your finances. But it's like in the month of February, you're finally coming to terms with all of this. You know, you're finally coming to terms with where you are and which direction you should be going. So let's get the Fool. What's the Fool here for? Does that want to come out? Okay, we'll keep going. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. All right, the Fool, please. Okay. Let's see. Ace of Pentacles. Okay. The Fool is clarified by the Fool. The Knight of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. So it's like, it's almost like you made the right choice, and this is nothing to be sorry about, because now you're coming into this new energy, this new month with the Knight of Swords in the upright, and he is confident. He is confident, and you're going to start to see some great news, you know, regarding your material world. You're going to see the start of it after the ending of all this drama, that from your past, you're going to start to get some resolution and some answers on where this is. And this is happening now. If it hasn't happened yet, it's going to happen very soon. Wow. Okay. Knight of Cups. How many cards is that? Okay. I will take it. I will take it. Ooh. Sorry. Okay. You heard my voice crack because I was actually, this is a really exciting combination. You're going to have an offer of love. It might be a little bit cheesy. Okay, I get it, right? Okay, now this is making sense, because now you've got the Father of Cups or the King of Cups, who is very emotionally stable, to grant your wish. He's come with a wish. This message he's got, these are the cards clarifying the Knight of Cups. Might be a little bit cheesy for your liking. Which I completely get, because I know as Aquarians, we are a little bit detached. And when it comes to love and things like that, it just can be a little bit, it's almost like somebody melting cheese all over your body. It's just a little bit gooey and a little bit much, you know? But I can see here that you are going for a place, you're headed towards a place of emotional stability with this King of Cups. Ooh la la. He is going to bring all of your wishes round and grant them for you. That's where you're headed. I love it. I love it. I'm getting really happy for you. All right. So what is the Moon? Let's see what the Moon has to say. Too many cards. Too many cards, guys. Ooh. Again, too many cards. Please, just one or two, please. There we are. So you're finally going to let go. You're going to get some clarity. You're going to get some clarity. And here is the Ten of Swords clarifying the Moon. So you've had some hurtful, angry energy, but you're finally going to go and let it go. You're going to have this resolution. You're going to let go of the pain. You're going to enjoy where your heart is. You're going to enjoy this love coming from the Knight of Cups or the King of Cups. By the way, King of Cups is any sort of water energy. So it is that Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Even, so even you've got the Swords energy, Ten of Swords energy, clarifying the Moon, which means you're going to let go of your fears. You're going to let that go. You're going to let it end. You're not going to let it control you anymore. Okay. One more. Now we've got the Five of Cups. Five of Cups. Just need a card, please. Ooh. Oh. You've got the Queen of Cups. It might have been a really emotional time, and I know Aquarians sometimes we can't really express ourselves really, really well, but it's time to let go. And you're allowing yourself to breathe. You're allowing yourself to grieve all of that by maybe even crying, you know? So, and actually I see a really lovely combination here that's coming up for you. You've got the King of Cups with the Queen of Cups. So you've got a really strong emotional connection, that's really going to fill all of your cups. So don't deny it and don't ignore it. You got to grieve what's needed to be grieved from the past, let it go, and allow yourself to grieve it so you can move on. So quick recap. So there is a some sort of contract litigation, some sort of decision is coming for you where it caused a lot of disruption in your life and probably even some fights. Could be with your family, could be with Libra energy, but it looks like you're going to be coming out on top with the Ten of Pentacles. Likely this had to do with your job, and it really caused a rift. You know, you're trying to get back on your feet, you're trying to grieve everything and let go of everything and sort of balance your finances and your life. You know, look around, look over your shoulder, because you've got a lot of nosies. Lots of nosies coming after you and trying to see what's happening. Probably waiting to see you fall. Probably waiting to see you fall. Okay. Next, we've got some clarity happening. Sleepless nights, clarity, but you've got this new beginning. You've got this new beginning, and you're going to start to see that all of this happened for a reason. All of this craziness happened for a reason, so you can move forward on the path that you were meant to, and you are headed towards financial abundance. The start of it, you're going to have to work hard. You're going to see the beginnings of it. You're still going to have to put in some elbow grease in it to move forward. You've got, you are headed towards a place of love. It could be with your King of Wands, or it could be this is you being the CEO of your life, starting your own company, taking charge, being confident, being that charismatic person in the limelight. This is where you need to be, okay? You've got this offer coming in. You've got an offer coming in. It could be a love offering. For me, I'm reading it as a love offering, and this person is going to fill all your cups of happiness. Could be a water sign, so Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. However, it could be any sign. It's just the energy, right? So just remember that it's just the energy. And then we've got the moon. You're going to finally let go of all your fears. You're going to let go of your fears and come into this love that you're feeling towards the end of the month. Embrace it. It was a heavy time for you, you know, and, you know, especially with the solar return of Aquarius, I think I'm not the only one that's feeling more alive, more alive. So let's just get a little bit of guidance here from this Oracle deck by Cheryl Lee Harnish. And what is her bit of advice, or what are the bits of advice? Okay, well, you've got two cards, so I'm going to take it. You've got Up and Union. I know, jokes about what that looks like. But what it is you need to look up to the heavens and receive your gifts, okay? Come into union. And this completely makes sense for this energy of the King of Cups coming in with his cups of love, fulfilling your wishes. Get into a union with your loved one. Look forward and take in all this great energy that hasn't come to you for a while. So really enjoy it. This is a wonderful reading for you, Aquarius. If you would like a reading from me, all my information is available on my channel. You can have a look. You can book that with me. This is Aquarius. General reading, but it's a very good reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm really happy for you. So thank you for being my best group of viewers for the month of January. Again, like, share, and subscribe. Also, I think there is that little bell that you can press. So whenever I do any new postings, you can get a notification that I do so. Follow me on Instagram at @flow_and_the_moon. I do daily tarot pulls. So I am there. You can see my work, but also get your tarot card for the day. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Much love.